What's up guys, this is CanitDrive16. In today's video, we're going to be making a little upgrade to our camera equipment. Now, the camera that I'm referring to is the one that pretty much everyone has, and that's their smartphone. And of course you could buy a mount for your smartphone, but who wants to pay that much money? Also, a lot of them require you to take your phone case off, which I don't like. So I'm going to be showing you a DIY tripod mount for your smartphone. Now unfortunately I cannot take credit for this really good design. Joe over at Homesteadonomics came up with the design. I asked him if I could use his idea if I gave him credit, so there you go. Link will be in the description for his video. I love the design. So the first thing we're going to go over is obviously parts that you're going to need for this. You're going to need some 1/2-inch PVC pipe. You're going to need a 1/4-inch hex head bolt, which is 5 inches long, a normal nut, and a coupler nut. Now a coupler nut is basically just a longer version of a nut that you can take and put two threaded rods together with. And last but not least, you are going to need a spring. Now I got mine in a variety pack, which worked out pretty good because it had one in there that was just right for this application. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is cut your PVC into roughly 2 3-inch pieces. Next, you're going to want to cut a 1/4-inch hole in your PVC pipe, going through both walls of the PVC for both pieces. Now, I suggest using a drill press. If you don't have one or don't know someone that has one, you can use a handheld drill, but the thing is that a drill press will give you a perfect 90-degree cut, which will make this whole thing work a lot smoother after it's all said and done. All I did was I eyeballed it to center, and I spent a little bit of time getting this just right. Now my drill press just so happens to have some channels in it that the 1/2-inch PVC sits into just nicely and holds it still. If you don't have this, you can use some wood to scotch up your PVC while you're making your cuts. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to take a hacksaw, and for me I also used a metal file, and you're going to cut these jaws out of the PVC. And I just start about halfway in between the PVC, cut down to where I need it, and then cut in and take that piece away. Then I use the file to finish tuning everything up, so to speak. One thing I can definitely say is to use your bolt through those 1/4-inch holes. That way everything lines back up, and that'll be your center point for this whole project. And you probably also notice I slanted my jaws slightly inward, and the reason for this is just so it helps hold your phone in. You want to keep putting this back together and taking it back apart to get it where your phone will fit in there the way you want it to. Now once this is all said and done, you want to cut off any excess jaw that's left, and I suggest leaving a little bit of overhang. And the reason for this is so if your phone does happen to move in this mount, it will not just drop it. There will be extra jaw there to hold onto your phone. Now you're pretty much done, but before we get to assembling this, I just wanted to point out a little flaw that I found in the original design. And that was that the bottom jaw was independent from the top one, and if your phone got tilted or jarred in the mount, the bottom jaw would just completely move out of the way, and it would just drop your phone, which is obviously no good. So what I did to fix this is I found some rigid wire and straightened it out to get it as straight as possible. And I went back down to the drill press and did the same thing, but of course with a smaller drill bit right behind that first 1/4-inch hole that we drilled. Now when you're picking a drill bit for this guide pin, you don't want it to be super tight, and there's 2 reasons why. One, because you do want the jaws to move a little bit independently from each other, but you also don't want these holes to have to be completely perfect. And the reason for that is so it will move fluidly up and down on the bolt. Now in my final version, I put a 45-degree bend on the top and bottom of the guide pin, and the reason for this is so it wouldn't fall out. If you were to pick it up horizontal and walk with it, the pin would almost slide out every single time, and believe me, I almost lost it several times. Okay, so how you're going to want to put this thing together is you're going to want to take your bolt, put your top jaw on it, and then put your regular nut on. When you're tightening this nut up, I suggest tightening it up fairly tight. You want the PVC to bend and flex just a little bit, and the reason for this is so it puts pressure on the nut so it won't move again. Next, you put on your bottom jaw, your spring, then your coupler nut, and that's pretty much it. Now when you install this on your tripod, I suggest taking the coupler nut and putting it on the tripod first and tightening it up, and then taking the whole assembly and screwing it into the coupler nut. Now hold on, before you do that, there was one more problem with this. And that is, if you tilted the tripod mount to an extreme, either backwards or forwards obviously, the whole phone and the tripod mount would completely spin around, and it wasn't stable enough. There wasn't no friction in between the bolt and the coupler nut. And what I did to fix this is I put some thread tape, or some Teflon tape, I believe it's what it's called, some plumber's tape, and whatever you want to call it. And I put this on the end of the thread, and that was to give it just enough friction to where it wouldn't move around, but also still allow you to twist it, take it on and off. You don't want to put thread locker on this because it'll be a lot harder and you'll have to use tools to get it to move at all, and you don't want that. Now the last thing you could do to it, of course, is paint it, but I didn't want to paint it. I thought it looked just fine being white. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. Again, a big thanks to Joe for letting me use this design in this video. Again, go check him out. Link will be in the description. If you do make you one of these, go down in the comment section below and let me know if you prefer the homemade version or if you prefer buying one. Anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoy your tripod mount. And as always, hopefully you have a fantastic day, and we'll see you later. Magic trick! I don't do this anymore. See, there it is. Right there. Bam! See it? I was sitting on that plaster bucket the whole time I was talking to you.